Hello ladies, my name is Elizabeth Taylor and I would like to share with you why I have such a strong boundary for having no sex before marriage. So, as many as you know, it wasn't always for me like this. I also used to have two long-term relationships and there I didn't hold the boundary, so I did sleep with the guys. The problem was that I slept with them way too early, and then our like the relationship wasn't really healthy. It was kind of toxic. We have not been a match, and I have been really attached. So I had big trouble to kind of walk away from these relationships because I felt so much attached. And also, um, when we have sex with a guy, the hormone oxytocin is produced, and it's also only produced when we give birth. And then we kind of tend to idolize the person, so we think, wow, he's so awesome, and just see him in a great way. So actually for marriage or for a healthy committed relationship, it's really helpful because then it helps us staying committed, but really when we date it's not that good because then we kind of overlook many red flags. And lots of men, when they like are chasing in the beginning 3 to 6 months, they just really kind of change a little bit, so it's not sometimes not their true self. And after the beginning, so after 3 to 6 months, you should be you should be seeing if he's consistent with his action, if this is him truly being so high value, high effort towards you, cherishing your feelings, or if he's just like this for 2 days just because he fakes it. So this is another point why we should fall for this, and I personally have fallen for this, especially my second relationship, where I thought, wow, for 3 months the guy was so kind to me. I felt like the princess, like he was so kind to me. But then after a while he changed, and I thought, why? Because he was just chasing me, he was just doing it to get me to be with him in a relationship. And that's they don't do it like on purpose to hurt us or something, that's just the nature. So after 3 to 6 months the hormone should resolve, and then you can see if this is his real personality. And the other point was for me that the breakup is so painful. So when I decided enough is enough, I cannot stand being with this man anymore, then I did break up. But it was just so painful. It was so painful. And I think someone sent me also the link to a post that when we break up with a man we have sex with, it's like we have been on drug addiction. And actually this is how I felt. I felt really addicted, and I felt like I couldn't walk away. Hi Lucy, thanks for joining. And so this is the third point. And yes, what else? So one of my followers asked me, yeah, but sex is so important, you won't know if you guys are fit, if you don't sleep with each other. So this is another really interesting topic too, because I used to choose men from the chemistry feelings. So when I met him on the first or second date and I felt the chemistry feelings, I thought, wow, yeah, we are a good fit. But then I opened myself up to also date men who I didn't feel the chemistry for, and I was like, okay, I just try this, and my coach advised me to do this, but I was like, okay, I just try this. And the interesting thing that after maybe 6 months of dating, circular dating was what I was doing. After maybe 6 months of dating, I was developing the chemistry, and I felt attracted suddenly towards the man. So the chemistry did develop after a while, and I couldn't believe this either, but it happened for me. So sometimes we have to just give it a try, even if it's a long try, but it can develop. And another point is that, I mean, well, we can say that we don't know if we are fit, but when I kiss and touch a man or so, then we kind of already know if we're on the same page. And I mean, we can talk things out, and I mean, I'm not going to marry someone who I cannot trust, right? So when the guy has any issues, he can tell me, so that's all good. And therefore I am not really, let's say, I'm not really worried about this part, because I am now really circular dating since maybe 8 months, 9 months, and I just realized, this is so crazy, but I just realized I can feel attracted to kind of every man. Like, it doesn't even matter how he looks, so it's really interesting. But when I was still with my ex in the breakup time, so when I was still with my ex with the breakup time, we kind of had for a few months still contact. I couldn't focus on anyone other man, because I felt so attached, again, because I slept with him, and I just had him in my head. So therefore only after getting over him, I could open up to others. And really, that has brought me so much experience and also knowledge what I am desiring from a relationship, what kind of treatment I desire. Because when we are circular dating, for example, just I don't know, 3 to 6 men at once, just for like innocent coffee dates, we can compare, we can see, okay, this one is like 15 minutes late, that's not cool, and this one is always on time, I like this. So I have started realizing the differences, and because I had choice, I even had more confidence to state my boundaries, that I need you to be on time, please, not 15 minutes late, please not 1 hour late, on time. And if the guy steps up, he steps up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Because sometimes men want to step up and they even like it, they just know they're doing something wrong. So let me give you another example of this. It happened to me actually a lot, that man wanted to give me a compliment, and they would say, you are more pretty than her. And then I was like, I'm thank you for a compliment, but I cannot, please do not compare me with other women. It doesn't matter if better or worse. Like, everyone is beautiful in my eyes. Every woman is in her own way beautiful. Every woman has her own unique flavor. And it's just like multiple flowers. We are all beautiful. We are all worthy of love. And then most guys even were like, oh yes, I really like your approach. I didn't think about this. I haven't think about this, but I really like your approach, and I think it's even really kind how your mindset is. So they loved stepping up. So therefore, it was worth telling it. But that's all a process, and actually right now I'm just so happy to have this boundary, even owning my worth to have it and to still go on dates is such a breakthrough, because now I can state my boundaries and still be okay. And if someone leaves, he leaves, then we're just not a match, you know? And therefore that's fine. And the more I can state my boundary, the more self-confident I am. And you know, I used to like hang on my ex to feel safe, to feel fulfilled, to feel satisfied, and to feel happy. But right now I'm in a state where I'm happy by myself and I'm the full cake, and I have done so much inner work to be actually to have the source of joy within myself. And that is why I'm giving myself the full cake. I am fulfilled with or without a man. It doesn't mean that I'm saying I don't need a man. No, that doesn't mean this. It only means that I am fulfilled with or without a man, and he has a choice to step up or to step out. So lately, a guy who I was dating for 9 months, so he stepped out. He said like, the time with you was really nice and I really liked you, but I want to step out because I don't want to like give you the full commitment, and I don't think this is going further. So he stepped out, and it was 9 months close dating, and I'm just so grateful for having my boundary, because I got to know this guy and he got to know me as people, as a couple if we are a match, and we've realized we are not. So there is no reason for any one of us pushing like, yes, let's stay together or let's marry just because I'm attached. No, I can let go of him, and it's such a difference. It is such a difference. And I mean, every woman has to find her own right way. So this is only what I figured for me, that I'm getting attached really, really, really quickly. And therefore I am honoring myself. I am honoring my feelings with this boundary. But like I say, everyone has to like honor and see themselves and give yourself what you need. So we can't expect a guy for giving us what we need or fulfilling us. It is us who has the power and to has the choice to be with this one and this one and or this one. And it is just so important to stay kind of aware and even sober when we choose a partner. It is such a important topic, our relationship, especially the closest our partner. So I really was enjoying to see that I can make conscious choices without being blind by my hormones. So yes, that's a little explanation of me, why I have developed such a strong boundaries of having no sex before marriage. And honestly, I'm just so happy because guys who are not a match for me, they disappear so fast, so fast. And men who are a match for me, they respect me, cherish me, and are looking for a long-term connection. So of course, when they meet me or date for a few times, they don't know if they want to marry me, and I don't have any pressure on them. But I'm just only attracting men who are serious, who are respecting me, who are respecting my boundaries, and who are looking for a true connection and really long-term commitment. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I see you soon. Bye bye.